Hi guys, here's a quick snapshot of what I'm expecting the coming week to go by, and nothing much has changed from last week's forecast, but the main thing that I want you guys to take from it is the report that have come out from the COT report. Of course, most of you guys in the group, you haven't yet understood or mastered how to read the COT, so I'm gonna be doing this on behalf of you guys. So what we have noticed is that most of the commercials, they have reduced their short exposure on dollar index, meaning they have taken a bit of profit. That's what it means on their short exposure on dollar index, and vice versa. You could see that on Euro USD they have also reduced their long exposure, right? On dollar index they have reduced their short exposure, and on Euro USD, on euro, they have reduced their long exposure by quite a few positions. So for now, what I'll practically say is the non-commercials that are holding their shorts on dollar index, they are a bit nervous now because we are at the extremes of the market, and we could see a bit of a turn to the upside. That's what the report is saying, right? But now we need to keep a lookout on the fundamental side of what's going on. And if you look at euro, we had a huge rejection on the weekly time frame, right? Clearly we can't ignore this bearish move to the downside that happened on Euro USD, and we can't also ignore the bullish move that happened on dollar index after taking out the sell stops, right? Market moved to the upside. Vice versa on Euro USD, we took out the buy stops from, say, close to a bearish order block, yet price didn't really reach the order block. This is a monthly OB that I'm talking about, so we can't really ignore that. And looking at euro, right, I will be expecting a bit of a downside move. The main reasons why I'm focusing on bearish move on the Euro USD: number one, the situation in Belarus, that could weigh a bit on the euro. That's a political risk. It could weigh a bit on the euro, and by default we should see a bit of a bearish momentum on most euro pairs. These are the ones like Euro CHF, Euro CAD. You see, those pairs, we could see downward momentum. So already we've got last week confirming strong bearish to the downside, and if you break down the structure, we can see already here we've got our bullish order block on the daily, this last up candle here, right? That is our bullish our bearish order block. In this candle here, it will be ideal for taking short trades. So this is our OB, right? I'm just gonna mark it. I don't want the video to take long, I just want it to be a short and precise, maybe like 10 minutes or so. So this is our bearish OB, right, where we anticipate market to turn to the downside, right? And we've got the rejection block, that is the week, that is the rejection block. I'm just going to give it a different color combination, say bluish, right? So this is our rejection block. Let me just mark out that so that you guys can follow suit. So this is our rejection or bearish rejection block, bearish rejection block. So these are like the extremes. Once the market reaches that area, these are your extremes areas to load your short positions, but with a tight stop loss, because sometimes the level will not hold much if it trades there, but if you've got a tight stop loss, much better. So I'm looking for price to, if it does trade to the upside in this area here, this is where I'm expecting price to trade to the downside, to take out these two equal lows here, right? That's what I'm expecting on the Euro USD. And if we are to look at dollar index, and I'm gonna go on my daily, you see the same setup. These sell stops have already been cleared, so we need them to be down here. So we've got our daily bullish order block. Okay, let me mark the rejection block first, which is the week of that last down candle. So this is our bullish rejection block, and I'm gonna mark the order block now, which is the last down candle, and I'm gonna give it a different shade of color, right? So that's our bullish OB. So we've got our bullish OB, which is the gray shaded area, and then we've got the bullish rejection block, which is our bluish area. So regarding Euro USD, dollar index, sorry, I'll be expecting price to, if it trades into this area, then we'll take it to the upside. And remember last week I told you guys that I'll only be interested when price clears up these stop losses, excuse me. And it happened that the stop loss, the sell stops were cleared. The retracement which happened on Friday is what offered good opportunity to short Euro USD and to go long on USD JPY and to short Euro USD. That was a very good trade to the downside. So yeah, this is what I'm expecting the market to do in the coming week. And one thing to take note, this forecast for downward movement on Euro USD, I expect it probably to be on offer for the next 2 to 3 weeks. That means this last week of August, shorts will be ideal on Euro USD, and the beginning of September. Yes, the beginning of September to be ideal to be hunting for short trades on Euro USD, because the question you just have to ask yourself is, if the institutions are taking off their long exposure on Euro USD, why would you as a retail trader decide to go against what the big guys are doing? You see, so that's pretty much my message to you. You must always consider what the big guys are doing and make sure you follow suit. So we can clearly see here this last down candle which was breached here, and if price does trade back into this range here. It's also an ideal area to short the market, but I really expect it probably to trade into this area and then trade lower. And the same applies on dollar index. I'm expecting price to come back into this range or to trade into this area here, you see, and then it goes to the upside with a target on these OBs and bearish rejection block. So the main thing you just have to do is watch the price action on dollar index. That is what is going to determine whatever you are going to do on Euro USD. And on Euro CHF, expect price to trade lower. And then also on Euro card, yes, Euro card, expect price to trade to the downside, and already we've got a nice setup. You see, expect price to trade to the downside on Euro card in this last up candle here. That is our bearish order block. So this is our bearish OB. This is Euro card now, guys. Euro card, we've got our bullish OB here, and then we've got the bearish rejection block. So the main use of the block, the rejection block, is to give you the sense that the area that you are the price which the area is at is ideal for short trades, but with a tight stop loss, because if price does break and close above, then we could see further test of these highs, you see. So you wouldn't want to be risking too much trading from a rejection block. You don't want to risk too much. Let's see, we've got our buy stops above here. You see, this is how you read your market structure, guys. I'm doing this live on in a live recording, not to say that I was monitoring this pair or anything, but because of the analysis that I have done, you see, already I'll be anticipating that to happen, you see. So we've got buy stops above, and then I'm expecting price to trade into this area and shoot to the downside, probably targeting this down candle. And same applies on Euro CHF. Let me go to Euro CHF. On Euro CHF, I'm on a daily chart. Already my bias is to the downside. My bias is to the downside because I'm anticipating Euro to be under immense pressure in the coming week. So my bias is to the downside, which has already been confirmed by what I've read on the COT data. And yes, it might not be what pans out, but the chances of me being wrong will be a bit less, you see. So I'm increasing my possibilities by using the data also from the COT report, and also the situation in Belarus. That's a political situation which is gonna weigh in big time on the euro. So this is where my buy stops are. So this is a daily time frame. Buy stops above here. The video is gonna be long now. Already I've recorded 15 minutes, but anyway, be that as it may, it's still not that much of a long watch, because I know most people, they don't really watch everything. They just skip, which is not ideal. It's not cool, because you're going to miss something that I would have said, and then you're gonna make an uninformed decision. So yeah, EuroCAD, Euro CHF, Euro USD, I'm anticipating downward movements in these pairs. You see, I'll be anticipating price to trade into my order block, rebalance this imbalance of price action and trade to the downside. So you can refine your market structure by dropping down to lower time frames, as you can see already on the Euro CHF. This is our last up candle. Also, this will be an area where you can be hunting for short trades, but this has to be guided now by what price action is happening on dollar index. So that's pretty much about it, guys, for the upcoming week. And those in the group, if you have any questions, anything that you didn't understand properly, you know how to get hold of me. Just send me a private message and I'll gladly get back to you. So with that said, I wish you guys good luck and happy trading.